Hey, this is Philip from Cesar Moto Go, and on today's episode we're going to show you how to change the headlights on the Classic Mini. Changing the headlights on the Classic Mini is a quick and simple job. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's get to it, show you how it's done. First thing you want to do is take off the chrome ring that surrounds the headlight. This is held on by one Phillips head screw right on the bottom. So just take that one out and put it somewhere safe. I like to use a little magnetic tray like this, just so they don't go rolling around. And then from the bottom of the ring, you want to pull back, and then you want to lift the ring straight up. It's held on by a lip that's along the top edge here. So just lifting it up like this, and it should come right off. The way this is held on is on the back side, there's a lip here, and this lip sits in these two channels right here and here. So the lip sits over this edge like that, and then this pops down below. And then you'll see that there's a bunch of different screws and fixings on here. What you need to take off in order to remove the headlight is the 3 Phillips head screws. There's one here, one here, one here. And what this will do is we'll take off this chrome ring, which is actually holding the headlight onto the bucket on the back, as you'll see. So we'll take that off. Okay. So a credit to James May for this one, but the technical difference between a screw and a bolt is that a screw goes into something that is captive and a bolt has a nut with it. So even if it is pointy, but it uses a nut, it is technically not a screw. And even if it is a bolt, but it goes into something captive, it is a screw. Thank you, James. The last one right here. And then you can see from this point, we just removed the chrome ring, put that on the ground, and the headlight is now loose. You can see that's what was holding it in. So what we want to do is just pull it out a little bit. You'll see the connector on the back. Some of the headlights will just have this single connector here. Some, like this one, will also have a daytime running light or a driving light connector. Whatever they have, you just want to wiggle them loose, like that. And in this case, there's these 2 daytime running lights, so we'll take these off. And there you are. That's your headlight removed. Now, installation is essentially the exact opposite of the removal. I'm gonna take this new headlight, and again, making sure these are clean, making sure this is clean. If there's any corrosion, it can make for dimmer headlights. So you want to make sure it's nice and clean. Put that guy back in there. Put it back into the housing. You will see on the headlight, there are 3 small tabs here. These tabs correspond to the cutouts that are in the bucket here. So you want to make sure those are aligned, and you'll see that locks it in and prevents it from moving. There will sometimes also be up, or if there's like written on here, it says Lucas, you want to make sure it's the correct way around, but as long as that's sitting in there correctly. And then same thing with the chrome ring over top. And this only can go on one way, like that. And then you can put in the 3 Phillips head screws. Last one. Now at this point, before we put the outer ring back on the car, we want to verify that these are pointed and aimed correctly. How you aim a mini headlight is with the other screws that are around this ring. You'll see that there's 2. There's one right here, and they're a flathead screw, one here and one on the side. The one on the top, by screwing it out to the left, will lower the dip beam, and by turning to the right, it will raise the beam. Reverse on this one, so when you screw it out, it will turn it to the left, and when you tighten it, it'll turn it to the right. So the upper screw does the up and down motion, and the screw on the side does the left and right. And you can pretty much set these to your preference. Usually they say that you want them when it's on normal lights, like not high beam. You want them just below parallel and even with the road surface. So you can usually go out to a flat spot at night and bring a flathead screwdriver with you and aim these correctly just to get the lighting that you like. In order to put the ring back on, first we must find where the screw hole goes, and that'll be at the bottom. So you want to orient that with the captive nut right there, just making sure that's aligned. There's usually a little nub on the top here, so you'll be able to see which side goes up. And then to put it back on, there's a little lip right here and right here. So you want to put the top edge in first, like this, making sure it's seated in there. And then once it's in there and slid down, you can slide the bottom on. So that's in there like that. And there we go. And then you can put the one single screw back inside and tighten that guy up. And there you have it. Headlight is installed. There are a couple different types of headlights that can fit in a Mini, and what one you choose is up to you. Now, the factory one was called a sealed beam light, and it looks like this. And this is the entire light bulb as well as the sort of housing for it. So when you replace a sealed beam light like this, you literally replace this entire thing. Now the alternative is called an H4 housing, and that is like this. It looks pretty much the same, however on the back there is a little bracket here, and you can pop this open and you can actually replace just the bulb. That way that the housing stays the same. These are great because when you need to change, one burns out, you just change the bulb. Also, these tend to be much brighter than the sealed beam unit. And thirdly is that you can replace it with a completely different housing, something that has like an LED. We actually have these, we sell them on our website. And these bolt directly in place, and they are a complete housing with an aluminum backing here as the heat sink. They are LED bulbs, and these are great because on a classic Mini they have, some would say, a very underpowered alternator, especially as they get a bit older and there's a bit more resistance in the system. Your headlights can get pretty dim. So with the LEDs, they take almost no draw and you get extremely bright headlights, and they also last for a really long time. You almost never need to change these. So that's another option for you. But whatever type you choose, you want to make sure that it's high quality. Having good headlights, especially in a classic car, is very important, not just for enjoyment, but also for safety. And that's it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe below. It really helps us out, and we'll see you in the next one.